against the black
Okay, guys,
man
I'm
by
on this
simply for the black
podcast.
woman,
Now,
if
they
he said
completely kicked
anything
me out because I
derogatory
was just
about
basically
these
stating
black
facts.
hoes or these black
You
bitches,
have to
he
understand
gonna lose his
that when you tell the truth and you think for yourself, people, including black people, and they work for a certain demographic, white supremacists, and they can't fare when you tell the truth and can think for yourself. They can't debate you. You know how many times this man blocked me? I didn't disrespect him, curse him out, nothing. They just like that other guy, they will block you when you fare to state actual truth. They call me a racist because I care to say what white supremacy is doing to the black community. They say they are for edification of black people while disrespecting black people, as if they can't speak on black people without disrespect. You can tell I do videos all the time telling black people about themselves. I don't got to disrespect a black person to tell them that what they doing wrong. You want Charlie Kirk, I don't care about his ideology. Like I said in the other previous video, what does a white man's opinion about the black community, how they date, how they marry, have to do with white folk? It ain't gonna serve white people anything. It doesn't benefit. What we eat, they don't ish. So what difference does it make? But a lot of black people with white supremacist ideology don't fare for black people who can actually talk and make sense. They don't want to hear you. I don't say anything radical. I was called a racist just for saying, if I'm saying that Charlie Kirk is a racist because he literally said that all black people are thugs, all black people aren't smart, all black people are baby mamas or whores or something or whatever, whoop-de-whoop that he was saying. Okay, if he's saying that, I said that ideology is racism, right? Because there's almost 50 some odd million of us. We can't all be like that. We can't all, you know what I mean? You see Charlie Kirk's ideology didn't make sense when you see black lawyers, doctors, when you know the history of black inventions and black culture and black innovation. How can you believe that black people are stupid? You have to train yourself to have these ideologies. I have seen good in black people in our community. That's the truth. I've seen it in every community because that's just life. You got some people who choose to follow the right way and follow God, and you got some people who choose to follow Satan and go the bad way. That is life. So calling somebody a racist, I said to him, I go, well, if a victim of rape call out their rapist, does that make them a rapist too? Because they dare call out the atrocity in which they went through as from the person that victimized them. Are they now a rapist too? Like, think about what you're saying. You're calling me racist because I dared to say, well, this man was racist because his ideology was that all black people are like this, and that's not true. I'm not like that, right? I'm not like that. My brothers aren't like that. So my mother isn't like that. All black people aren't the same. So to have that ideology is racism, right? And you have to understand that. There's no way to put it. And then instead of reading a lot of what I wrote that had nothing to do, they wanted to villainize me, of course. That's what Ant CEO did. Instead of all the things I wrote, they take one little thing that will villainize me so nobody hears my point of view, because they know if people actually heard what I had to say, people actually listen. I do not hate white people. That first and foremost, that's stupid. You want to know when you hate somebody? When you see them messing up and you don't say anything. That's a person that don't love you. If I care to say, listen, that behavior right there is not going to benefit you, white people. Hating somebody, in the end, it's not going to benefit your salvation. It's not going to benefit you morally. A lot of you feel white guilt today as a result of your poor behavior. A lot of you feel insecure and jealous today because of your poor behavior. Allowing yourself to act out in jealousy will only reinforce those insecure things within you. And instead of you doing any inward work, you will keep on attacking people outwardly. Fix that first, because the problem ain't black people, because we've never been an imminent threat to white people. The problem is you. That's out of love that I say that, not out of hate. Because if I hate you, I'd just let you burn for eternity in hell and not tell you anything. I know hell is real. I know it's real. Satan tried to sit and scare me. You don't know what I went through. You don't know anybody's story. You don't know the things I've seen and the experience coming back to Christ that I've experienced. I am telling you, matter of factly, God is real. And if I'm edifying you by telling you that your racist behavior is not going to serve you spiritually, and you can't get into the kingdom of God being a bigot, that is to save your soul, sweetie. That is not to dehumanize you. What you are doing is ethically, spiritually, and morally wrong. You can't shoot a black man because of whatever happened in history, because his skin is brown, because of the assumed thug that you assume and equated with him. He wasn't a thug in the 60s when he was fighting for his human rights. You made him the thug. Remember, we used to sing poetry. These now rappers / gangsters used to do poetry and wear blouses. They were never in gangs. Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, Eazy-E. They were never. Tupac Shakur. Never were they ever in a gang. They were made thugs for them to brainwash black folk. So this ideology of all black people being thugs, they won't even let Rick Ross say that he was a freaking correctional officer. Why can't Rick Ross say that before he became a rapper, he was literally a correctional officer? Because it doesn't make for influencing black people to do evil to each other. It doesn't make for a white supremacist to paint a picture that all black people are thugs. And when you participate in that white supremacist ideology, you are part of the problem. Because there are many black people who have never, been in a gang, never sold drugs, never was a prostitute, never did drugs, never committed violent or criminal acts, don't got baby daddies, even though that's not a crime, ain't on welfare and actually work. To say that that's impossible or it's not true and tag us with all of that is racism at its core. It's not that what the Jim Crow law did after they stole all the land from black people and lynched them and killed them. They painted them as thugs to justify it. Any black person following this ideology, any white person, you are part of the problem. You have so many black doctors and lawyers with good reputation. So many. Congress members, Congress has its own little. But you have people who are doing the right thing. And when you paint everybody with the same paintbrush, you leave no room for the black people who do not behave like that. If you look at statistics, crime statistics, the people that are added to black people's crime statistics are foreign blacks from Latino and Hispanic communities, Haitians, Jamaicans, Afrikaner whites, and Africans from the other parts of Africa in the diaspora. They call them African American too. So it gives this inflated delusion that all criminal activity, that black people do the most criminal activity. And if somebody fair to tell the truth, y'all want to get up. And like I said, I don't know who that lady they was talking about, but if somebody is going to kill somebody because of the truth, then it only fairs to show that they were telling the truth. Point blank, period. And anytime somebody got to fearmonger you out the truth, lets you know even more that it's the truth. Anytime somebody got to scare you from telling the truth. Because if it was a lie, you let it flow. All the lies they let flow. But the truth they want to kill for. They want to be upset for you, or they want to be mad at you and dehumanize you when you tell the truth. I gotta take your fan base, your following. Why? If I'm a liar, then put your money where your mouth is. If I'm a liar, dispute me. Refute me. And if you can't, why don't you take an inward look and realize that you're the problem? I digress.